Hi guys, it's Sonelias and welcome back to Surviving Mars. Let's load in the last save game, which of course we are playing here at the top. So just click on it. So we're playing as India. And as India, of course, we got just to quite a large population base. Should be able to see when we're actually getting people to move towards Mars. Okay, so we just completed extraction amplification here. So that basically increases production by 25%. That's great. So we should see that this will increase, if I'm not mistaken. Or has increased, I'm not quite sure yet. So what have we got in population here? There's no one living there yet. That's okay. I can live with that. No, we should have this more prioritized compared to the others. Traveling to Earth, traveling to Mars with more passengers, it looks like. We have currently got this one open here. Now, if I'm not mistaken here, we basically got ourselves a new Moxie, but a water tower as well. If I'm not mistaken, I thought we had more than one fuel production facility, so that looks like that. Have we got just the one? I was pretty sure we had more, but okay, I might well have been mistaken. So we still got some electronics in store, some polymers, fuel depot is here. Machine parts are also stored here. Where is this vehicle now? So at the moment we basically are loading or storing metals here, which of course is great. Let's see where we can pick up some more. Perfect. So we got a few more that we can pick up here. Just need to bring this vehicle back, the Discovery vehicle, for the purpose of recharging. This one had an export of 9, so that it's not a massive amount, but it's still a welcome addition, to say the very least. Alright, now I did put it a higher priority. Maybe I should put medium because this one should have a higher priority, because we need to of course produce polymers as well. So as you can see, it says we're producing 2 polymers and we are consuming 0.8. Alright. Oh yeah, if we looked at our research, we can of course choose the next item we want to go for. Scientists and botanists have a 10% performance boost. Towers no longer require power maintenance. That's a nice one to have. That most definitely is a nice one to have. The one thing I'm not sure about is about the electricity. So let's have a look at the electricity, for example, here. If I were to take this spot, can I pull it over there? No. Can I? No, it doesn't seem to want to go through there. Okay. Let's salvage that. Okay. So we're not building that, as you can see. I basically have decided not to go ahead with that particular bit of the project. Now, of course, I would love to be able to build an extra thing here, but first I need to get that rocket out of the way. That's really the first thing on my list there. Now, would it make sense for me to build another one of those platforms here? Maybe. Always is a good reserve position to be able to fall back on. I think that makes sense. As you can see, we got our storage of concrete is slowly starting to drop. So what I'm thinking of doing is actually I want to basically not only have storage, I also want to basically start extracting once again. So this would basically get me a production of something 0.10. Okay, perfect. That should do the trick. So they're clearing out the materials here. Same as they've done over here. This should basically prevent the dust from kicking up. And actually there's no maintenance cost to this, so that's great. It really is great. Okay, so Still traveling our way. Now, of course I can ask for more passengers, but one of the things of course I can also ask for is of course more prefabs. Let's have a quick look again at what we can still produce. Production, as you can see, we got machine parts, we also got fuel listed there. Now what is our total fuel production at the moment? So fuel, we are producing 24, so we do have 2 of those factories. Where did I place that second one though? Ah, here. Fuel refinery, yeah. So we got this one, plus of course the second one here. And this is our polymer deposits. We should also see on here, we got a, well, we can deposit the fuels on here if there's a need for it. Do I want to store rare metals here? Probably not. So let's remove the rare metals from that list here. Machine parts, polymers, fuel. So what have I done to this one here? Have I set it to be able to store? No, only metals are still storable there. Okay. Quite happy with that. Cool. Overlaps deposit. Fine. Domes in walking distance. Yeah, that's fine again. So this one is full, as you can see. It's ready to depart. We're basically going to make it take off. Because once we've done that takeoff here, we'll be in a good position to basically start planning out our next dome. And we're actually going to go for this design here, I was thinking.
Sector scanned. Anomaly found. New colonists have arrived.
Right, that design option is possible. Would that make sense? I think it does. Okay, let's go for it. Alright, there we go. Let's get more of these connections built then. Alright, that doesn't work. I need to basically go around it, which is fine. No major issue there. I just want to make sure we had an alternative connection route, which is again working as planned. The key reason I want to basically do this because, of course, I want to get a new drone hub in place. So if I look at our existing drone hubs, we got one here. You see basically up to where it reaches, and there's basically a gap between all of those, so we want to make sure that we actually get that gap filled as well. So that drone hub, as you can see, I should be able to put that there. I'll put that high priority because again I want to make sure I got all those drones at my disposal as well. Food storage. As you can see, I got one at the moment. So once I've done this, I do want to basically start building some extra pads. So deposits. Let's put a concrete one here. Let's put one for metals here as well. Yeah, so just some of those basics at the very least. If I look at this gentleman here, he's picked up stuff already. Now, of course, I also want to put some polymer options here. Polymer storage. Cool. Let's take that offline and basically move that inside that circle here. Same with the polymers. Again, move that inside the circle. Gives us a bit of extra space there. Lots of concrete here, as you can see at the moment. We're producing more here. So good. So this one should of course start moving stuff in. And then this one we should be able to offload.
Sector scanned.
And that should of course already be metals. And metals and concrete both are being moved in there. So in terms of resource or anomalies, have we got some? Yes, we do. Cool. So again, let's set some new scannable sectors here. Those ones here. Okay. Of course, what I could do here already, I could basically open it up. So if I look at our population here, unemployed 6 now. The reason I want to get that new dome up and running, of course, is I want to be able to get extra food production up and running as well.
Funding received.
So if we look at our food production and consumption, that will probably be okay at the moment, I would say. Food production is 12, consumption is 7. So we basically got stored in service buildings 9 point something, so perfect. Just where we want it to be. 3.6, perfect. Now once everything is up and running here, I would love to be able to, of course, use more of the surrounding area here. Right, let's fill this up with concrete. So that waste rock facility there is pretty full. Right, I decommissioned one of them there, such that at least they'll be able to move everything into more concentrated fashion to some of these.
Anomaly analyzed.
Nice. Right, one anomaly less to worry about. Well, not worry about, to deal with maybe, is what I should say. Again, what we need to have here, we need to have a electronics deposit. We also need to have a deposit for example, machine parts here. So electronics, machine parts, and what else have we got? Fuel. Yeah, good to have fuel really close to the actual ships here. So yeah, the resources required for building this dome are steadily picking up, or building up, I should maybe say. So we're getting really close to the completion of this particular research item. It means, of course, rockets and shuttles will require less fuel. That's great. I'll deprioritize that over the production item here, of course. Water situation. Ooh. It looks like I might need to get some extra water produced from somewhere. Let's get some of those pipes in place as well.
Cable fault reported.
Right. So water is on the low. Interesting. And of course at this point it's saying we need more other stuff in place as well, which is fine. So we filled this one up already. Let's unload it there again. And we need about 80, so yeah, the more I can put into place here, the better. But if I look at this one, I got a fairly big number of them here. Let's reduce that down to 20. Let's put a few extra into this place here. 12. So focus will really be upon actually getting the things that we really need. So yeah, at the moment the real need is of course getting that dome up and running. And again, if I look at the situation here, where's water over there? We could actually go and exploit that water and build of course a pipe towards here. I don't think I want to basically do that with a pipe. I probably want to use a tunnel,
complete.
Service tunnel, to be able to facilitate that. Okay, so that one is, ooh, it's over full in terms of fuel. Can I offload? Yes, as you can see we can offload, and we're basically taking that fuel off board, which is perfect. And we will be storing that. So advanced Martian engines has been researched. Transport optimization is always a good and nice one as well. RC transport harvests resource fast and its maximum storage is increased. Micro manufacturing, water reclamation, oxygen production is increased. That could be a useful one. But also power production increase is something that could be useful. Yeah, let's be able to build our own drone hubs. That would be nice to see. So RC Explorer, great. Still a little bit over capacity there in terms of what we got on board. Alright, let's pick up more of this stuff here. When I say stuff here, I basically of course am referring to concrete.
Sector scanned.
Okay, that sector's been scanned now as well, so let's put another one on the list here, just down there. It'd be nice if I had some way of actually getting down there. I'm not sure yet how I would be achieving that, but yeah, it is on my to-do list. So we're in the year 46. Alright, this one is going to take off. What do I need in terms of resources at the moment? We got about 1.1 billion. So what is it I need? I probably need extra water production facilities. So what can I do to get that? Yeah, more of these buildings, of course. Moisture evaporators. Where have I got them? I got one there, one there, one there. What if I basically were to look at basically doing a reclamation option? I need to basically buy them prefab, it looks like. That's what it says at least. So this one here will of course reduce the amount of water we need. That requires polymers to maintain. Okay. See, we shut down some of these buildings here, which is perfectly fine. It's perfectly acceptable, but yeah, we just need to keep an eye on what we're doing. This one here has picked up more concrete. We're gonna again deposit that here into the concrete deposit option there. As you can see, we should now be building the dome. It's steadily coming up. Connection points there and so forth. So great. Again, once it's up and running, I want to build a tunnel between these two sections here. And I also want to basically create one from here up to probably there again. Because yeah, if I put them in the same square, it's got its benefit that it will not necessarily interfere too much. Okay. Let's pick up another batch from here. It's good to have some in reserve.
We have an oxygen shortage.
Perfect.
We have a water shortage.
Yeah, I can live with that. For the moment being, that is. Alright, can I do it like that? That I basically build it to there? Or to there? No, it has to be to there, it looks like. Okay, so be it. So be it. Now, how do I build that little bridge over the top then? It has to be like this. Okay. Let's get that done. Okay, more concrete. Domes without water, domes without oxygen. Yeah, that's not really a big problem, but it's just something that we need to be aware of. Now at this point, what else could we build in here? We could of course start building a research lab maybe. It doesn't need to be too big. It could be in the center even there. I'm more inclined to basically put it into the new dome here, once we get that up and running. I do want to basically, for example, put some housing in there. What kind of housing can I put in there? Apartment does apparently basically give less comfort. Power consumption is okay. Something I can live with at the level that is indicated at least. Could I build another one of these here? So if I basically go from there to, it will have to be to there, it looks like.
Funding received.
Blocking object, how does the... No, no, no. That's not going to work. Okay. At this point, have I got enough space for more people? It would look like it. Let's maybe remove this one and basically put some regular housing in there as opposed to these apartments. Let's clear that out as well. At least appears to be some materials available based upon what we had there, which of course is great.
Sector scanned.
Now let's first off put that bridge in place. Doesn't cost too much, luckily it's only concrete. Turn some of these previously turned off buildings back on. Just because I think, given the situation where we're currently in, I think it makes sense to turn them on again. Cool. As you can see, that's still in range. It's just barely within range. Right, I can basically get myself another passenger rocket, for example. One of the things I can of course also get is another cargo rocket. Let's have a look at the prefabs that we can get. I'd like to be able to get one of these here. It's only 150, so that's good. Water evaporator. Get 2 of those. Stirling generators, they are quite costly, but yeah, they'd be nice to have. electronics is a nice one to have again, even though I don't necessarily need it as of yet. Let's for the moment just stock up on some of these things. I don't want any food as such. I think for the moment that should do. So we've got 2 rockets on route now. I'll land both of them relatively close to where we are. So I can of course build a sensor tower here as well. I think it makes sense for us to build more of those recharge stations along the way as well. Recharge spots are always a welcome addition, I think. Having them placed at regular intervals makes a lot of sense. Alright, so one of the things I wanted to do here for the dome is still look at basically how we can should be a nice connection as well. Benefit of doing it the way I've done here is of course the fact that it will not take up too much space, I would say. So we're doing an open air gym there. We do want to basically build, for example, a security station here as well. A grocer. Always a welcome addition. But again, in this one you probably also want to start thinking of things like infirmaries. A diner. Bit of mental health of the people living there is always a good idea.
Pipe leak reported.
Plus, ooh, I can actually build a casino. No, I don't think I want to build a casino. I think at this point I really want to build something like art shop. Consumption is 1 polymer. A place to purchase authentic Martian works of art. Okay, electronics store. Spacebar. Let's for the moment just get some of the living quarters again in place here. Now I do want to get, for example, a nursery as well. Again, another playground would fit in quite nicely as well. School. Really great addition, of course. And one of the things I'd also have here is, for the purpose of production, is that electronics factory. How are we doing here? In terms of polymers, we seem to be doing okay. Not too much in terms of consumption, which is good. Ooh, let's leave that away for the moment. I don't really have such a big store of electronics and machine parts and so forth. But yeah, having something in place makes absolute sense. Building not working, okay. Again, let's deposit this into there.
Sector scanned. Anomaly found.
An anomaly was found. Ooh, that's good. Let's send our rover out. So this is our one with the manufacturing items. So I'll land that over there, and this one I'll land over here, because it's all about the people, of course, being on board. Again, more food deposits are possible here. I'm going to put another depot here, and of course I want to basically have a passage over the top of this. I want to have my drones being able to move around. Instead of having to go through the dome and then out of the dome and so forth. It makes a lot more sense to have them go into other building options. Cool.
Cable fault reported.
Now one of the things, of course, I also need in here is what's my water production level looking like? So we're standing at 7, and we basically really need to get some more, as you can see. So let's get these pipes in place. I really mean properly in place. So what I should then be able to do, of course, is get one of these other extra water production facilities up and running. Just that little bit extra is always welcome. And I think, again, I want to basically get another rocket of passengers out here relatively quickly. Now this one is, of course, being refueled at the moment, as you can see. This one's the lowest priority. Again, I fully agree with that, but we of course do need to get the stock out of here. Right.
Research complete. Anomaly analyzed.
Transport options, good. So we complete another item of research. Auction increase, cargo capacity increase, water reclamation. Let's put it on the list as well. As you can see, this is filling up really, really quickly. So in total we have fuel
Now that the
plenty.
most critical phase of the mission is behind us, we would argue it's a good time to start focusing on our mission evaluation goals.
Okay, so we need to have 200 at Sol 100. So currently we're halfway there in terms of time. We currently have got 61 colonists. Quite happy with that number. But one of the key things, of course, I do need to basically get here is a rare metal extractor again. If I start doing that here, I also need to basically build storage facilities for it. And I think, looking at the clock, we're going to call it a day shortly, but before we do, let's get this thing built here. Depots. And of course I also need to basically have some of these dumping sites. Right, 2 of those dumping sites should do quite nicely. So this one is refueling really, really quickly. So in terms of rare metals, we still got 1 in stock somewhere. Right, it's ready to land, it looks like. Is that right? No, it's ready to depart. So should I make it depart? Yeah, makes sense, I guess. Makes absolute sense. Right, so we got a work shift on here. Sorry, let's load it up from here instead of the other location. Makes it possible for us to basically, of course, concentrate more on the one or the other. 3 here. Yeah, 3 should be enough to maintain this location. Can maybe even reduce it down to 2. Metals, I got a
Pipe
decent
leak
amount of amount.
reported.
Right, we did that scan here. I probably want to basically send it back to basically make sure it gets power again. So I'm sending it back to that location here. Pipe leak was over here, so that's okay. So there's enough residential space here, at least it looks like. Most definitely to feed everybody. Okay, so it said that this one is not from this residence.
Sector scanned.
Okay. Lazy, procrastinating at work. Okay. Yeah, I can see that you're lazy. You're not even at your workplace at the moment. Same with this one. Okay, so how many unemployed people have we got if we look at it? So we got vacant work slots, 10, vacant residence slots, unemployed seeking work. Okay, so we haven't got many unemployed people. Actually, we got no unemployed people, it looks like, which of course is great. So let's get that extra passenger rocket on its way. Our age categories. Yeah, youths. I'm quite happy to basically get youths. Middle age, I will have to open that up as well. If I look at the actual flaws that people have, chronic condition, no, not necessarily. Alcoholics, gamblers, yeah, okay. Whiners, cowards, yeah, I'm not really too concerned about cowards as such. Whiners, gamblers, lazy. Yeah, unfortunately got lazy people, but okay. Let's get another rocket launched then. Okay, not working in its home dome. Yeah, okay, happens. Good thing at least that I basically got all these domes connected to each other.
Resources are low.
Okay. Food is low. Interesting. Okay, really? What makes you say that? Okay, so let's have a look at our water situation. 8.8. Yeah, we could of course introduce an extra food production facility. Let's build one of those here. Could we build it here? No, it will not fit in there. Could fit it in here. We can still build a nice little park here.
Cable fault reported.
Always a nice addition, a statue. Ah, not connected. Oh, that makes absolute sense if I do that, isn't it? And I thought it was connected already. Golly. Oh well. Anyways, this one's now picked up all the stuff I needed to basically dump in here as well. So we're going to unload that, and then afterwards I'm probably going to pick up some metals and put that on board as well. So if I look at the different regions here, there's still more deposits of metals here. And I'm probably going to pick up some of those surface metal deposits. But I was already saying earlier, we need to basically call it a day shortly, so that's what we will be doing.
Funding received.
But yeah, as you can see, we already got a decent setup here at the moment. And of course, yeah, we should be able to live with this quite nicely. More concrete being extracted and so forth. So yeah, good. Low on food. Okay. So this to be higher priority because yeah, we do need to make sure we get our food situation properly under control. We currently do have one shift running here and there's maintenance required here. I'd love to be able to open up that second slot fully. I think from here most people will actually want to migrate to the other one there. What can I do to basically, of course, increase the situation here? Diner is always a good one. 2 per shift. What else could I put in here? Art store, electronics store, security. Let's put a lake and so forth in here. It's always a nice addition to have. Small garden. Small avenue. That's just concrete it needs. That's perfect. Research completed. Soil adaptation, which should of course mean that we can now start growing crops in a different fashion through farms. Which should of course be more efficient, more effective. Compact passenger module. Ooh, that is quite useful. That's quite useful as well, I think. Let's remove that temporarily. That's quite useful as well. Anyways, like I said, guys, we need to basically really save the game now and basically call it a day. Otherwise, we're going to be playing this for ages. Anyways, we have got a decent setup and we basically will of course, continue to grow that. So, guys, thanks again for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. And yeah, I'll see you in the next episode. In the meantime, take care. Bye-bye.